Good evening, everybody. It's so great to see so many faces here this evening. This is the meeting of the Tinton Falls Borough Council being held August 11th, 2026. This meeting is hereby called to order. Would the clerk please read the open public meeting statement?
Pursuant to Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by posting on the Borough of Tinton Falls official website and the municipal building at least 48 hours prior to the meeting and filing with the Borough Clerk all on November 10th, 2025.
Thank you. May I ask the clerk to call the roll?
Mr. Alessi?
Here.
Ms. Buckley?
Here.
Mr. Neese?
Here.
Mr. Parikh?
Here.
Mr. Nessie?
Here. At this time, I would like to invite everyone to join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. There are 3 sets of meeting minutes for approval. May I have a motion to approve the June 16th, 2026 regular and executive session meeting minutes?
Motion?
Thank you, Ms. Buckley. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Neese. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Alessi?
Yes.
Ms. Buckley?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Parikh?
Yes.
Mr. Nessie?
Yes. May I have a motion to approve the July 7th, 2026 regular session meeting minutes?
Motion?
Thank you, Mr. Parikh. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Alessi. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Alessi?
Yes.
Ms. Buckley?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
I abstain.
Mr. Parikh?
Yes.
Mr. Nessie?
Yes. The next item on the agenda is reports. At this time, I would like to invite Mayor Clay to present tonight's certificates of recognition.
Thank you, Council President. It's an exciting evening here tonight in Tinton Falls. We have several certificates of recognition. The first is Elena Mullen. Elena, if you could come up. I would like to share a little bit about Elena for the audience in case anybody doesn't know. We were fortunate, a number of us were at the K-8 graduation, and we got to hear Elena and Jayla's speeches, and they were really outstanding. And so we wanted to be sure to present these 2 outstanding young women to everyone tonight. I'm proud tonight to recognize an exceptional young member of our community, Elena, who has distinguished herself as the valedictorian of her middle school graduating class through her remarkable dedication to academics, leadership, athletics, and community service. Throughout all 3 years of middle school, Elena consistently earned high honor roll recognition, reflecting her unwavering commitment to academic excellence. Along with being the valedictorian, she also was honored with both the PTA Scholastic Award and the PTA Scholar Athlete, excuse me. Achievements that highlight not only her outstanding scholastic performance, but also her dedication to athletics and personal growth. Her leadership is equally noteworthy. She was inducted into the National Junior Honor Society, where she served as secretary, exemplifying responsibility, integrity, and a strong sense of service. Beyond the classroom, Elena has shown a deep commitment to her community. She completed volunteer service with local organizations, and in 7th grade, she graduated from the Tinton Falls Junior Police Academy. an experience that further demonstrated her interest in civic involvement. This summer marked another milestone as she began her first job at Kumon, helping younger students build confidence and strengthen their academic skills. I know that isn't easy. On behalf of myself and the Borough Council, congratulations, Elena. You represent the very best of our community, and we look forward to all you will accomplish in the future. And I just wanted to share that I had asked Elena where she will be going to high school, and she will be attending MAST. Okay, and next, Jayla Alberto. Jayla, if you can come up. I'm also honored tonight to recognize another outstanding young leader in our community, Jayla, whose accomplishments during her time at Tinton Falls Middle School have distinguished her as an exceptional student, role model, and representative of our borough. Jayla is our salutatorian. She served as student council president, a role in which she demonstrated remarkable leadership and dedication to her classmates. Her commitment to excellence is reflected in her hard work and academic success, and has earned her salutatorian of the class of 2026. Throughout her middle school years, she achieved high honors. She was a committed member of the National Junior Honor Society, furthering her dedication to her school and community. In addition, Jayla represented Tinton Falls in the 8th grade dialogue program, contributing her voice and perspective on issues important to students in the community. I feel like we need to have that here with some students, a council and mayor's dialogue committee. Maybe I'll be reaching out to you about that. Jayla's achievements extend to a series of well-deserved awards, including the School Spirit Award, Excellence in Social Studies Award, and the PTA Scholarship Award. This year, Jayla reached another exciting milestone with her acceptance to Trinity High School, where she will begin her studies as a freshman in the fall. On behalf of myself and the Borough Council, we are proud to celebrate you and your achievements, and are excited to see all the incredible things you achieve in the future.
Great job.
Okay. So a little bit about this next recognition. A couple of months ago, we had done a post about our town being film ready, and one of the residents reached out and said hey, Mayor Clay, you know, we have our very own filmmakers that have won awards right here in our town. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And so we ended up meeting with Max, who's here tonight, myself, and the Public Information Officer, Eileen, and we were privileged to see some of the work of these young men. And I said when I saw them tonight, the two young men that I had met, I felt like I was meeting celebrities, you know, like I recognized them from the movie. It was super cool. Anyway, we wanted to acknowledge the awards that, that these guys have achieved. So tonight, we're recognizing Max Estrada and Tyler Walsh because there are Tinton Falls residents. I feel kind of bad. I think we'll have to do a picture with all four of you. So we're pleased to recognize two talent, well, you guys should come up. The two of you guys should come up, and then we'll do a picture with everyone. We're pleased to recognize two talented young creators from our community, Max and Tyler, whose impressive achievements in filmmaking have brought pride to Tinton Falls and earned recognition across New Jersey and beyond. Max and Tyler have produced standout projects that demonstrate creativity, skill, and a passion for storytelling. I promise you, you must check these out. Their film, The Other Foot, received an honorable mention at the Count Basie Center and was showcased in the Basie's Historic Theater. The film was also selected by several notable platforms, including Filmmakers Sessions, Volume 6, The C Show, and the CAF Future Eagles and Screening Competition, underscoring its quality and broad appeal. Their project, this is the one, Whisper of the West, won the Best Comedy at the New Jersey Film Awards, a competitive monthly festival that features work from across the state. The film received an honorable mention from the Humanity Rising Festival, which welcomes submissions from high school students throughout the U.S. In addition, it was selected by the Reels and Roots Film Festival, an event dedicated to storytelling, community, and cultural connection, as well as Filmmakers Sessions Volume 6, which highlights and elevates the work of emerging filmmakers. Beyond these recognitions, Max and Tyler continue to expand their creative reach through their YouTube channel, Buttery Biscuit Studios. I was like, I had to practice that, where they share their projects with a growing audience. Their work is also featured on ATV, including interviews with Color Wars package, further demonstrating their commitment to refining their craft and sharing their voice. On behalf of myself and the Borough Council, congratulations, Max and Tyler. We're proud to recognize your achievements and eager to see what outstanding work you create next. I also have to add that both of these young men were outstanding camp counselors in our rec program this summer, and also that Tyler will be interning with us in the fall, and he'll lend his creative touch to what gets put together coming out of the borough, and that both of these gentlemen will be doing some work at our community day.
Shout out to Eric and Leo, who are also in the front row today. They help us with all of our productions, help us in writing, post-production, directing, and are absolutely fantastic actors if you check out any of our movies. Eric's always a star, and Leo's always that surprise villain coming from behind. So thank you so much, Mayor Clay.
Before proceeding to the next agenda items, we will take a short 3-minute break. Anyone wishing to leave may do so at this time. Starting with reports, if everyone's ready. Beginning with Mr. Neff, our Borough Engineer.
Thank you, Council President. The 2026 road program is substantially complete. They finished 95% of the work. They're doing some minor punch list work, and they just have Locust Grove Road left on the paving list. That won't be taking place just yet, though, because we are still waiting. We're going to get sanitary sewer and a water main extension down that road. But thank you to all the residents who worked with us on that project. I know there are some inconveniences, as with any project, but it turned out great. Also, Haynes Park has been undergoing some upgrades. Previously, the basketball courts out there was just, old, outdated gray asphalt. It's gotten pretty worn out, so we did a resurfacing out there. It all looks brand new, color-coded, restriped. So the court looks great. DPW is going to be getting some new bleachers, doing some other cleanup work in that park. So there's some nice upgrades going on there. And I am happy to hear that we did get confirmation from DEP and the New Jersey Forest Service that we are getting the $20,000 grant for the tree inventory and the community forest management plan development. So we will start working with our certified tree expert on that plan. It's mostly for the public park areas throughout town and what we can do to increase the tree canopy, maintain the existing trees, things like that. That's all I've got.
Thank you, Mr. Neff. Mr. Fallon, our CFO.
Yeah, I have no report tonight, Council President. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Camilleri, our Business Administrator.
Thank you, Council President. First, I wanted to thank Recreation again. They just finished a successful summer camp. They had over 320 kids this year, which I think that's the most they've had so far. They had great camp counselors coming back year after year to help them. Also want to thank the Police Department. They just finished a 3-week Junior Police Academy. They had 22 cadets, and then they had 5 student leaders, which are people that have already gone through their program, and they come in and help mentor the younger children. And then also, we are working with the Monmouth County people. We are working on a pilot program they're trying to do, which is a Code Red, which is a summer form of the Code Blue. So instead of a warming center, they're working with them to host a cooling center for extreme heat. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Camilleri. Mayor Clay.
Thank you, Council President. It's been a busy month, since the last council meeting. The middle of July, we had a ribbon cutting. Mr. Neff and I have been attending the FEMERA meetings. On the 16th, it was a double header where we worked with Robert Wood Johnson to create tiles for a new mural that's going to be featured in their cancer center. And then that night, we were at Council President Nessie's barbershop doing haircuts for the police academy, which definitely is not my strong suit. On the 17th, several of us attended the Tinton Falls Senior Group's senior picnic, which was a great hot Friday. Also, thank you to Recreation for all the work that they did to make that happen. Our business administrator, Mr. Camilleri, referenced Recreation. We were fortunate enough to get to a number of activities, including the inflatable day and the talent show, and it was a stellar camp season. It's always incredible to see how over 300 kids can be engaged at the same time, all busy. And also that the rec program had to endure a lot of crazy weather, and they did so, and they did it successfully. Mr. Camilleri and I also attended the Vinco Pal Civic Association Scholarship Awards, where several Monmouth Regional students were honored. And a number of us also attended the Mazda Truck Pull. If you've never been, I highly encourage it. It's always in August. It's always a very hot day, and they raise a lot of money for charity. On August 3rd, we had our first official meeting of the Mayor's Wellness Campaign. We have approximately 16 people from different facets of our community. We have EMS people, we have someone from the police department, we have people that work in private agencies, we have pastors, and what we are doing is looking at recent needs assessments that were conducted that involved Tinton Falls residents and trying to determine what needs exist in this community amongst our residents, covering all ages from little ones to seniors. And then we will be looking at proposals from different agencies and individuals who are interested in providing those services, and they range from mental health to nutrition and pretty much anything else that you can imagine along those lines. The caveat is that anything that we fund has to relate back to mental health, substance abuse prevention, peer leadership, anything that builds resiliency. So it's fairly broad, and I'm very encouraged by the wide range of people that we have. Also on that committee is Councilman Alessi. Bless you. National Night Out, I just want to give a shout out to the police department. Also, everybody else that assisted with that night. It was amazing. I heard such good reviews, even though it was accidentally moved. I think people really loved it there, and everyone did a great job. It was mentioned that we were present at the Junior Academy graduation, and that's another stellar program put on by our police department. And then also, in addition to that, this weekend, the Crawford House did a fantastic job with the ice cream social that we attended. And that evening, we went to a fire company dinner. So it's been busy, but very good. Also, I just want to mention two more quick things. In response to residents' request and residents' displeasure with JCP&L, We have on the calendar a town hall for September 17th, where residents will be able to speak directly to JCP&L. And I'm hoping that people will put down their laptops and their comments on social media and bring them here. So one can only hope. And additionally, on tonight's agenda, there's a resolution about opioids. And I do want to mention that if you see the purple flags when you came in, that those represent 89 lives lost in Monmouth County in 2025. But even more, I don't want to say important, but even more important to note is that there were 344 non-fatal overdoses in Monmouth County. So opioids continue to be a pressing issue. They cross all social lines, they don't discriminate, and they affect so many families in our county, in our state, and in our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Clay. Mr. Starkey, our Director of Law.
Thank you, Council President. I have no report tonight.
Thank you. Mrs. Hutchinson, our Borough Clerk.
Thank you, Council President. I have no report this evening.
Thank you. Moving on to council reports, beginning with Mr. Lessie.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to report that the planning board meeting scheduled for tomorrow evening is canceled as of today. And that's all I have for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lessie. Ms. Buckley.
Thank you, Council President. I will be brief. Mayor Clay mentioned a lot of items. I just want to also thank the police department and the administration for the police National Night Out. It was a great evening. I was glad I was able to attend that one. I did miss the Historic Commission ice cream social. I'll let my council members talk about it, but I hear it was fantastic and the pictures were great. And I also was able to attend the Mazda truck pull. I'd like to thank the borough for their participation and Mazda for that wonderful event as well. And that's all for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Buckley. Mr. Neese.
Yes, thank you, Council President. Yes, I attended many of the items mentioned, but I'll just brief through. We were at a ribbon cutting for the Monmouth councilors on 7/13. I went to the Crawford House on the 14th for the plastic detox. I will say that I no longer bring a plastic bottle with me. I now carry a metal one. Thank you very much. Went to the NJEDA tour. That was a ribbon cutting for their new office, and then I did the tour of Fort Monmouth, which was a very good tour. It was like a 45-minute tour. I learned a lot, and I've been through Fort Monmouth many, many times myself. The Junior Police Academy did a great job that evening. It was too bad for the weather that they didn't get out to march, but I will say it was a good ceremony. The power went out briefly, but did come back on. Today we had the Community Day meeting. The Community Day event is to be held on 9/26. Don't forget the date. Also, the Zoning Board's next meeting is on September 3rd. And this year we will be having the anniversary for 9/11, which is the 25th anniversary. I just wanted to bring that up. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Neese. Mr. Parikh.
Thank you, Council President. Cover some of the events that I attended. First, congratulations to the Historic Commission and the Crawford House on a successful old-fashioned Sunday event that they had on the 8th. It was a warm day, but it was well attended. Lots of young families joined us, and we appreciate the efforts they made there to bring the community together. Also on that same night, I want to share a sincere thank you to the fire companies for including us on their annual celebration. It was nice to connect with the men and women that keep us safe in our town, and many of them were honored for their efforts, so that was a great night. I also want to acknowledge the efforts of the Tinton Falls Rec Department. As many have stated, they had record numbers this year. I've heard a lot of positive feedback from neighbors and folks in the community about how engaged the children were, how happy they were to attend, and they're already looking forward to next year's summer camp. my children as well were really pleased with the activities and the fun they had. So some fantastic summer memories for our children and the community. I also wanted to mention with some of the boards of eds, with the Tinton Falls Board of Education, with Mr. Paleo stepping down, there was a vacant seat. They appointed Nicholas Bellia as a new board member to the Tinton Falls Board of Ed. He will be also participating on their finance and facilities committees. The next meeting for the Tinton Falls Board of Education, which will be to kick off the new school year, is on August 27th. And the same for the Monmouth Regional Board of Education will be on August 18th. I also want to highlight a really interesting event that the Crawford House is hosting. It is a screening of the Monmouth County at War documentary that the county commissioners have gone to great lengths to put together. If you have an opportunity, take a look at it on YouTube. There's a trailer there. It's really intriguing. It's called Rebels, Raiders, and the Revolution in Monmouth County. That screening will happen on October 21st at the Crawford House at 7 p.m. So if all of you, anyone that's available, we look forward to seeing you. That's all I have, Council President.
Thank you, Mr. Parikh. And as for myself, I just want to congratulate all the certificate recipients this evening. Moving on to ordinances, there are 3 ordinances on for introduction this evening. I'd like to remind the public that when an ordinance is introduced, there is no public discussion. The public discussion for the following ordinances will take place when it is up for final consideration. With that, may I ask the clerk to read the title of the first ordinance?
2026-1550, an ordinance amending Chapter 4 of the Borough Code entitled General Licensing by amending Section 4-20, Motel, Hotel, Guest Registration, to establish limitations on the duration of hotel and motel occupancy and to preserve the transient nature of hotel and motel uses. The public hearing will be held on September 1st, 2026, or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached on the agenda.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the introduction of this ordinance?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Parikh. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Alessi. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Alessi?
Yes.
Ms. Buckley?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Parikh?
Yes.
Mr. Nessie?
Yes. May I ask the clerk to read the title of the next ordinance?
2026-1551, an ordinance creating a new Chapter 26 of the Borough Code to be entitled Short-Term Rentals. The public hearing will be held on September 1st, 2026, or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached on the agenda.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the introduction of this ordinance?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Neese. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Parikh. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Alessi?
Yes.
Ms. Buckley?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Parikh?
Yes.
Mr. Nessie?
Yes. May I ask the clerk to read the title of the last ordinance?
2026-1552, an ordinance amending the general penalty provisions of the Borough Code of the Borough of Tinton Falls to authorize per-day fines for continuing ordinance violations. The public hearing will be held on September 1st, 2026, or as soon thereafter as the matter can be reached on the agenda.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve the introduction of this ordinance?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Alessi. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Neese. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Alessi?
Yes.
Ms. Buckley?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Parikh?
Yes.
Mr. Nessie?
Yes. Moving on, there is one ordinance for final consideration. We will hold a public hearing with comments being limited to 3 minutes. Comments may be only pertain to the ordinance. May I ask the clerk to read the title of the ordinance?
2026-1549, an ordinance adopting a revision and codification of the ordinances of the Borough of Tinton Falls, County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey.
Thank you. May I have a motion to open the public discussion on this ordinance?
Motion?
Thank you, Ms. Buckley.
If I may, just make one comment before you open public discussion.
Yes.
There is one change to the ordinance that's being considered tonight from when it was considered on first reading. It's a lengthy ordinance, but there's changes to Chapter 17 in here, which is tree removal and replacement. And in particular, there's a section 17-9. There is one sentence in that part of the ordinance that's going to be deleted on this second reading. And I just want to read it into the record. The sentence says, "The maximum amount to be collected as a contribution to the tree escrow fund shall be $250,000 per site." That sentence is deleted in the ordinance that's being considered tonight. That is not a material change, so you can proceed with second reading. But I just want to make the public aware of that.
Thank you, Mr. Starkey. May I have a motion to open the public discussion for this ordinance?
Motion?
Thank you, Mr. Parikh. May I have a second?
Second?
Thank you, Ms. Buckley. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Is there anyone from the public that would like to comment? Please remember to state your name and town for the record.
Barbara Kohlberg, 21 Cedar Place, Tinton Falls, New Jersey, 07724. I'm a member of the Shade Tree Commission. I'm speaking to you tonight because there are changes coming in the 2026-1549 ordinance affecting Tinton Falls Code 3-36.5 and 3.36.6, which will remove the Shade Tree Commission's authority. We currently have authority over our trees. With your vote, yes, our power will be totally eliminated so that we can no longer safeguard Tinton Falls trees. New Jersey State Law 64-5 states that a shade tree commission created under the state's chapter has full and exclusive authority over the regulation, planting, and care of trees in public areas. This mandate lists specific powers allowing that municipal law can modify the powers, but the 2026-1549 removes our authority entirely, which seems to be illegal at the state level. The Shade Tree Commission, STC for short, welcomed all new members when we were invited to our first meeting on April 9, 2025. We didn't realize we had full authority because we were never told we did. We were told at this meeting we were only allowed to do two things: create a list of recommended trees and talk to the community about trees. We were directly told that we were not to approach the planning board or to try to talk to borough employees about trees. Today, we are sad and discouraged to realize that we are only finding out about our authority as it is being taken away. All of this feels wrong to us. We are here, eager and ready, volunteering our time, bringing years of experience and knowledge. Our SDC of 5 members currently includes 3 master gardeners. The SDC envisioned borough employees, commissions, and boards working together to achieve the worthy goals in the Tinton Falls Master Plan, such as maintaining and upgrading the existing system of parks. We want to be more useful. We can see that other towns, such as Little Silver and Fairhaven, have robust SDCs that are much more effective. This year, the Tinton Falls SDC has boldly started efforts to improve our borough trees by applying for state grants from the New Jersey Urban Community Forestry Program and the New Jersey Shade Tree Federation. If our power is eliminated, we fear that we will be ineligible to apply for such state grants. Tinton Falls' current Chapter 17 code states that the SDC and a tree specialist both have power. Our tree specialist is contracted from 2 engineering firms. Consequently, our tree specialist has an engineering focus, not a conservation focus. I saw this firsthand when these particular firms bid on a job that the Environmental Commission was given a grant to do. Their proposal showed an engineering perspective and did not address conservation issues. Tinton Falls still has old growth trees, and we need to hold on to them for future generations. So going forward, all of this is concerning. Please don't take away the SDC's authority. We propose that the SDC should work with tree specialists and the borough create a better agreement for how we work together. That would ensure that the SDC, as stewards of the trees, have a voice in what happens. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Kohlberg. Is there anyone else who would like to speak on this ordinance?
Good evening. Ellen Goldberg, 90 Glenwood Drive. I would like to express my thoughts on how excited I was to have the Shade Tree Commission back up and running in Tinton Falls. I truly believe they are very concerned and dedicated residents that are serving on this commission, and they have a tremendous, pun intended, amount to offer our borough. This commission is so important to have and will continue to work with the borough to achieve the goals of the master plan. Why do we have a master plan? Isn't it to protect our residents and be sure that we maintain the integrity that we are meant to have here? There are obviously countless reasons why we need trees. We need more, not less, as we develop and grow and build. This is taken directly from the master plan. Enhance pedestrian connections within the borough between and among residential neighborhoods, community resources, and commercial areas. Promote the development of a comprehensive borough-wide system of greenways, bikeways, and other pedestrian connections. Trees are imperative to our survival as a human race. Cutting down one of the most important assets that we have and not replacing is just unthinkable to me. Having the Shade Tree Commission is one of the utmost importance commissions to our residents. I personally went to them for advice on choosing a tree to plant in my yard, the location of my tree on my property, and when I noticed something on it that looked like a problem, I had this group, this commission, to reach out to for help. The Shade Tree Commission should be helping the borough to protect our air quality, which is diminishing rapidly. More people, cars, trucks, buses, wildfires, higher temperatures, like I've never seen before, make me very worried about our health. Our roles as public servants, and I include myself as the chairperson of the Environmental Commission, is to take care of our town and keep it safe in every way possible. I encourage you not to allow the authority of the Shade Tree Commission to be taken away. This is a group of individuals that I trust will do the right thing for Tinton Falls. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Goldberg. Is there anyone else who would like to speak? Sure.
Hey, good evening. Mitch Kohlberg, also from 21 Cedar Place, Tinton Falls. My comment's more general. There's been a lot of excitement around this ordinance, and I was going through it, and I even saw the first instance that got pulled. Anyway, the point is, I don't really understand this ordinance. It's basically some type of massive correction for our entire code, and it's just not clear from looking at it why we're doing it, what it's for, why we're doing it now, and it seems, you know, at first read it kind of looks all right. Well, you know, committee names have changed, and you know these department names are changed, and that's fine to do a massive clerical modification to our code if you want to do that. But there's definitely changes in there that constitute alterations to these laws. Minor, some of them, you know, fees and things like that change, but in general, it seems like a sweeping, massive, you know, bill that covers a whole bunch of area in one time that makes a lot of changes. Doesn't feel right, and also feels like a place where you can hide stuff for the paranoid among us. So anyway, I know it's supposed to be only a one-way conversation, but if somebody wanted to explain what this is all about, I would appreciate it. But otherwise, that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kohlberg.
Good evening. Richard Calvert, 13 Mayberry Drive. I'm here to discuss the deplorable and dangerous conditions of our roads.
We're only speaking right now on behalf of the ordinance. Is this pertaining to the ordinance, correct?
I'm sorry?
Is this pertaining to the ordinance that we're having a
Oh,
final?
no, I have to wait?
Yeah, there's going to be a public discussion.
Okay,
soon.
gotcha.
Is there anybody else who would like to speak on this ordinance?
Council President, there was an email sent in that I would like to read, if that's okay.
Yes, please.
Thank you. The email was sent in from Anthony Privatera. It stated, New Jersey law requires shade tree commissions to have authority based on my layman's understanding of NJSA 40:64-5. The proposed cap of $250,000 is far too low. conservative estimate of these numbers would allow any tree cut after number 520 to be done free of any replacement. Given that there are an estimated 89 trees at 12-inch dBH per acre, you basically cut down as many acres of trees if you want to pay for the first 5 acres. We need to spend some time working on a sliding scale for the cap based on the size of the property. At a minimum should have a $1 million cap in the meantime. He also included a reference table in this email. And that concludes the email. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hutchinson. Are there any more comments this evening on the ordinance? Hearing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion?
Thank you, Ms. Buckley. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Alessi. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are there any council members that would like to comment on this ordinance?
I would. Thank you, Council President. Yes. So first, I'd like to thank whoever made the decision to remove the cap until that can be further analyzed as to whether or not a cap is appropriate on the tree removal and replacement. My comments, I also just wanted to make clear when I was also reading around the Shade Tree Commission to the comments that just came in. Like the current wording does say exercise full and exclusive control over, and the changes say make recommendations on. So to me, that does read, I don't know whether this is the intent of the changes, but it does read like any approval authority or real authority is being removed, and it's making it more like just recommendations. I did read the state statute. I don't know, I'm not an attorney. It does seem to conflict with the state statute. That's just my layman's, reading of it. But I would, from a public perception perspective, like I understand in the past, like other iterations of the Shade Tree Commission perhaps weren't active, weren't filled. There was a period of time where we only had like 2 or 3 people, right? But that's not now. So like from me, being an elected official, I constantly, if I get in touch with residents or they contact me about something and they've got expertise and they want to get involved, I'm like all for that. Like to me, that's the best use of government. And now we have like a really knowledgeable, we've got a couple of tree experts, people on the Shade Tree Commission. I think that should be encouraged. And like, I don't know I have no idea where the intent of this change came from, but if we make this change, it's going to completely dampen that, right? Like we want to encourage people with knowledge to be involved. And I feel like this would do the opposite. Whether or not that was the intent, I doubt it was, but I do think that would be the effect of it. And I do think like I know they're applying for grants and things. Like I do think there's a lot that can be done now that we have the expertise there, and I think we should encourage that. Also, just a silly thing, anecdotally, as I drove here, like the logo of Tinton Falls is a sycamore tree. Like to me, that means like that was intentional for a reason, and I do think we should, encourage that. Part of the tree removal and replacement ordinance was actually designating historic trees, which to me was, Sycamore Avenue, historic sycamore trees. So I do think there's a lot more work to be done that the expertise of this particular iteration of the Shade Tree Commission would be valued in. So I'm fine with changing some of the wording to make it a partnership should there be a future iteration of the Shade Tree Commission where we don't have volunteers, right? We don't want to stop progress, if you will. But the current iteration, just changing this to make recommendations, I think that will have a dampening effect that I can't support this particular section. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Buckley. Any other members of council like to speak on this ordinance? Hearing none. May I have a motion for adoption?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Alessi. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Neese. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Alessi?
Yes.
Ms. Buckley?
No, just for the aforementioned regions. I just want to put it on record. I don't have any problem with the rest of the entire codification ordinance.
Thank you. Mr. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Parikh?
Yes.
Mr. Nessie?
Yes. Moving on to public discussion. May I have a motion to open the public discussion?
Motion?
Thank you, Ms. Buckley. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Alessi. All in favor?
Aye.
Before we begin the public comment, I would like to remind everyone that the procedures are outlined in the public comment section of the agenda. When you come up to speak, please clearly state your name and town for the clerk. You will have 3 minutes, and all your remarks must remain respectful and follow the rules noted in the agenda. Is there anyone who would like to speak this evening on any matter?
Okay. Sorry about that before, folks.
That's okay.
Okay. Richard Calvert, 13 Mayberry Drive. I am here to talk about the very dangerous and deplorable road conditions for our neighborhood, which is Mayberry Drive, Bowles Lane, Blueberry Lane, Ruffin Court, McMenemy Place, and Squonkam Road from the Route 18 overpass to Colts Neck. I've been in touch with Mr. Neff a number of times, emailing back and forth. We have a number of issues. We never received our final course. Mr. Neff disagrees with that assessment. He's been out, but we have lips on our Belgian block that are intolerable. We have drainage issues where the drains back up because they are above the water level of the pavement. And weeds grow, and it exasperates the situation and makes it even worse. But the most overwhelming, since I gotta really talk fast here with this time limit, the most overwhelming issue here is the ADA compliance on the handicap access points on these sidewalks. And I have a partially handicapped person in my family. We have tried to navigate that in the wheelchair and the walker. The lips are like this. The ADA code is no more than a 1/4 inch. And it can't be done by just throwing temporary pavement up there and trying to make it work. It's got a full requirement of regulations that have to be followed to make it compliant with Title II. And I'm wondering if this is something that's going to be looked at, because the average lifespan for an asphalt pavement is 20 to 25 years. You know how long we have been in Sterling Forest? 35 years, and we've never had a paving. So we are way past. We should have been on the schedule 10 years ago. And we didn't even get on it this year. And I just went over, the one street I saw, Rutgers, which was just done, the lips on the driveway are approximately 1/4 to 1/2 inch. We have lips that are 2, 3, and 4 inches. They're dangerous. I've seen the little boy across the street fall twice on his bike with the training wheels, cut his knees. We have a dangerous and deplorable situation that has to be rectified, and we need action right away. We've waited 35 years for something to happen. And the fact that I contacted Mr. Neff last year, we should have been put on. He came out and did a physical exam. We have weeds growing up in the middle of the street. It's terrible. And the ADA compliance issue is really something that's got to be addressed here.
Your last name is Mr. Calver, correct?
I'm sorry?
You said your last name was Mr. Calver?
Okay.
What's your last name? I couldn't hear you, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Your last name?
Calvert, C-A-L-V-E-R-T.
Calvert, sorry.
Calvert,
Mr.
like
Calvert,
the whiskey.
on the agenda is an email. Can you send your contact information, and I will follow up with you with someone else as well to...
Well, Mayor Clay has gotten copies of everything, Mr. Calamari has gotten copies of everything, and Mr. Neff has everything.
Okay.
And I've sent numerous emails and pictures. I mean, you got a lot of pictures, huh, Mr. Neff, huh? But I sent
Sure. Mr.
tons
Neff,
of pictures to everybody
Mr. Neff,
to show the sewer, manhole covers have lips. The ones that, there's temporary pavement around the utility covers. We have a very, very, very serious situation that's got to be addressed. And if I can just make one more quick comment. If you guys, and from my military training, I always prepare for every scenario. And the next step is, we have been in touch with an attorney. And to go forward here, we are prepared. There's be 4 points that the attorney would bring up with you, and I'll just give you the 4 highlights. The Title II ADA violations and pedestrian accessibility hazards, the notice of dangerous conditions pursuant to NJSA 59:4-2, the immediate demand for remediation, and the open request for municipal and developmental records pertaining to our streets. Okay?
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Calver.
very much. I appreciate your time.
Mr. Neff, would you like to comment on?
Yeah, I know there's a few residents here. I can give a couple comments if you want. As far as the ADA, I understand it may not be compliant with current regulations, but that site was built before the regulations were put into effect. So it's just the facts. So the ADA regulations require that they be replaced when the roads are paved. So we are not, just for the record, we're not in violation of any ADA requirements. They may not meet current regulations, but we are not in violation of anything.
Understood.
You're only required to upgrade those when the roads are paved.
Okay.
So I understand the road is certainly showing its age. It's definitely showing signs of wear. It's getting older. We've reported it to DPW, the potholes, the bigger issues. You know, we'll certainly take a look at it when we do the next road program. You know, because of budgetary reasons, we can't just add roads throughout the year. You know, we have to go through the capital budget process. So, you know, that's in the spring, so we'll certainly take a look at this. I can say the road, you know, definitely did have the surface course paving. You can see the 2 layers very clearly out there. But again, we'll certainly take a look at it, you know, for a strong consideration, you know, the next time we do a road program.
Thank you, Mr. Neff.
Can I comment again? Am I allowed?
I can let you comment again, yes. Not for 3 minutes, but yes, if you had a follow-up, yes, or a question.
Okay, I do have a follow-up. The ADA Title II was passed in 1992. And you're going to, Mr. Neff, to sit here and tell me you're going to wait another 2 years, because that's the next paving cycle, for the town to wait 35 years to comply with an ADA regulation is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. And now you're talking about having us wait another 2 years? And the I'd like to know, and one other thing I asked for was the 2026 paving schedule, and I wanted to know the time frame between when those roads were last paved and when they're currently paved. Because if you go like to Rutgers, which I drive by every day, and I inspected it, those lips, again, are like this. Mr. Neff, you went out to our neighborhood. You see the lips are like this. That is because the final course was never put down. And I asked for the records. I asked for the performance bond retirement for the developer. I asked for the paving records from the paver. I asked for a report from the engineering firm that was hired by the borough in 1991 that would have signed off on the completion of that work. I was told none of those records are available. Why is that?
Mr. Calver, I'm going to follow up with Mr. Neff, Mr. Camilleri, Mayor Clay, and see what we can do to get maybe clearer answers for you, and then
I would
have your
like-
contact information from...
I want to get that information.
I will make sure you
Please.
get that, yes.
And also the 2026 paving schedule, and I want to know when the time frame that those, because we haven't been paved in 35 years.
I
The life
understand.
cycle for a road is 20 to 25.
We are going to move forward to another
Okay?
speaker, okay?
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you for speaking. Anybody else like to speak tonight?
Hello. I do have some handouts I'd like to give out. Mr. Neff has this, Mayor Clay does, and the Borough Administrator, so I'll just leave them.
You can leave right there, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Gina Varela. I live at 200 Hockhocks Road, Tinton Falls. I'm here tonight to discuss some unaddressed zoning and variance violations that are occurring at 246 Hockhocks Road. A bulk variance board resolution BA 2025-01 was granted last year based on submitted plans that depicted a driveway location, house garage location, grading, etc. Variance conditions stated that the location of the accessory building will not be visible from the street, which would preserve the natural wooded character of beautiful Hockhocks Road, which I happen to love because I live there. The owner willingly violated the approved site plan without concern for the parameters of the variance or the impact on the environment, clear-cutting mature 50 to 80-foot trees, slicing through extensive root networks, endangering the remaining adjacent canopy, while stripping wildlife habitat and disrupting the local microclimate and biodiversity. I heard Mr. Neff talk before about preserving canopy. This surrounding area is really at risk because of this. Instead of constructing the driveway according to the submitted layout, the owner abandoned the approved engineering plans and relocated the driveway to an unauthorized area. They cut a straight 400-plus foot path right along the property line. This relocation completely deviated from the approved variance plans, which are included in what I gave you guys. And resulted in an additional violation. It removed the woodland buffer. The mature trees have been removed, and as a result, the building now stands clearly visible from the road. I've included pictures along with a highlighted board-approved site plan and my last email that I sent to borough officials. In addition to this, straight line cutting eliminated the natural water absorption along my property line and adjacent, which is just adjacent to my septic system, 2 tanks in 1 field. At some points along this property line, the property owner cleared a good 30 to 40 feet barren, bare, nothing there. It's like if you were to shave your head, there's nothing there. There's absolutely no buffer between my property and this property. It has a significant effect on the drainage. I think for every tree, they absorb about 100 to 300 gallons a day of water. So it's very significant, and I'm seriously concerned. As I was at the zoning meeting, I discussed this last year, the tree removal and how it would affect my septic system. This area was supposed to remain heavily wooded for a number of reasons, but one was to shield it from the road, and I was hoping one was so I wasn't affected so much by it. I've tried to resolve this through the proper channels. I've been in touch with Mr. Neff since March. Initially, I contacted him because the owners were at the property, and instead of having a licensed surveyor map off the areas to clear, they were doing it themselves. Mr. Neff had no problem with this, even though it goes against borough ordinance. In fact, every concern I've had since then, it's really been relied on. My concern is always about the trees and the impact on the environment. They've been dismissed over and over. In June, I started copying the borough administrator because I was just getting what I consider the runaround. At this point, the owner, the tree removal service, and the current builder, they all agree that this driveway is not in the correct location, that it needs to be much further left. It was supposed to go in a western, kind of slightly curved way.
And you mentioned it was 246 Hockhocks Road, correct?
Yes,
And your
yes.
contact information's in the paperwork you handed up?
I did not include my contact, but I'd be happy to email you my contact info.
Okay, on the agenda is the borough clerk's email, if you can forward your information, and then someone from the council will see if we can get some clear answers for you.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm frustrated. This is going on since March, and I feel like I've gotten totally the runaround because in my eyes, I'm not an engineer, I'm not a surveyor, I'm not a planner, I'm not an architect, but I can read a plan, and I know it's been violated. And I see the damage that's been done to the environment. It looks absolutely horrible. it makes me really, really sad. I hear all these people talking about trees, and I feel that. I feel it deeply. I've lived there for many years. It's a beautiful area. It's very pristine.
I understand. So we're going to follow up. I know you say you can get the runaround. I don't like that.
Yeah,
So
well,
I will make sure that
I have
one of us will follow
I
up
have
with
a
you.
couple of other things to say. I did reach out to the mayor because I was just at the point that I didn't really know what to do. She told me the borough administrator would reach out to me. He never did. I followed up with an email. I never received a response from the mayor. At this point, I don't understand why clear violations are being ignored. I mean, this property owner actually said to me he moved it on purpose. He said he can get away whatever he wants in the town, and I didn't want to believe that, but at this point, when I feel like everybody's looking away, like what more can I think, it's really disappointing. And my concern at this point is that, oh, there's going to be some kind of backdoor deal and they're going to retro something in, so, oh yeah, it's okay to get done. But that would be really, really bad. And I'm asking the council, I really am, to direct, I requested a stop work order so we could figure everything out, have a bonded plan and restoration. The owner did agree to this, and last week Mr. Neff said, oh yeah, no, we're good. So, kind of citing that the DEP said there was no wetlands violation, which is completely separate from any zoning or variance permits. So at this point, I'm really looking to the Borough Council for help
Okay.
in enforcing
One of
this.
us from the council, myself, or planning or zoning liaison will contact you from when you reach out to the clerk. I can have her email.
Yeah. Well, she has my email. She's been
yeah.
very lovely.
Okay.
But I will reach out to her again.
Perfect.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to speak this evening?
My name is Dave Keenan, and I live at 69 Squonkam Road, along with my wife. My wife and her family have lived at 69 Squonkam Road since the 1950s, and we are the only house that was there before this neighborhood was built. So we've been through the entire process. And, you know, I lost 15 feet of my front yard for them to put that road in. And I was willing to accept that because I assumed that the road would be maintained. And I can tell you, everything Mr. Calvert says, I concur and I can validate because I've been there the entire time. I walk that road all the time with my dog, and just for giggles, I counted, there's over 100 patches from the Route 18 bridge to my house on Squonkam Road. 100. We've been patching patches for all those years. It's kind of silly. The other dimension that adds to it is there are a lot of very large trucks now using that road. They sneak through there to get to Colts Neck when they don't want to go through the middle of town. Because of the state of the road, they rip it up. There's been a 10-truck metal container carrier, 10-ton, at least 20-ton, been going up and down the street for the past 2 weeks every day, going and hitting there's a 10-ton bridge at the end of the road. So he shouldn't even be on that road. Garbage trucks do it, big trucks. So that makes the road worse. It crumbles. I have a pipe in front of my driveway. The cap comes off. I cut my tire on it because of that. It's still open, and it needs an immediate repair, so it's not dangerous like that. So I just think we've neglected that road for 35 years at least, and I've seen it, and I really ask you to, step up and get it somehow on a list of roads to be repaved. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Keenan. Yes.
My name is Freddie Boyne, 128 Cherry Street, Tinton Falls. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm here for Apple Street and Springdale. There's a car, two cars. I gave the borough administrator the picture. Parks right on that corner. When my daughter and my kids come out to turn on to Apple Street, they got to swing way out in the other lane. Ongoing traffic. I was over here a couple of weeks ago, spoke to the police in there to do something about it. They went there, I guess they talked to the man to move the vehicle. It's a traffic violation. I contacted motor vehicle, and motor vehicle gave me 25 feet from a crosswalk, 25 feet from an intersection, 50 feet from a stop sign, 10 feet from a fire hydrant. Y'all go over there and paint that, we won't have that problem. They will park back further. I worked for the borough 30 years. 30 years I worked for Red Bank. I received a ticket when I worked for the town years ago, right here. No parking on the street. I get up 5 o'clock in the morning, I work for the town. I had the borough vehicle. I parked my personal vehicle out there. Police said I was overnight parking. I get up to move my truck so my daughter can go to work. It wasn't out there overnight, but I'm just letting y'all know. I received a ticket, and if that's a motor vehicle violation, how come that car cannot get a ticket? He's there every other day. I went by there this morning. There's another car there. I took pictures of it. I turned my phone off, but I took pictures of it. And when I went by there, police came right up Apple Street. Never stopped. The car's right there. It may be broke down, I don't know, but he's right on that corner. What are we going to do? It's a traffic violation. What are we going to do? Just going to ignore it? I'm just saying, if we're going to ignore it. Now the other thing, Cherry Street, the car's running the stop sign. It's a 4-way stop sign down there. They're running that stop sign. My wife got hit there a couple of years ago. Tore a car up. Man ran the stop sign. Go to that deli up there. They come through there every morning. I'm not saying the police not doing their job. They can't be everywhere. But it's a problem over there, they're running them stop signs. We done had several accidents over there on Cherry Street at that intersection. And something needs to be done. We talk about it, but it's nothing being done. We had one cop come sit there, caught the lady coming down the one-way street. We get that all the time. We need something over there to stop that. We have to stop these people from running these stop signs. They have to be issued a ticket. If I can get one, and a friend of mine's got one, I don't want to bring it up, but the man know about it. For a cracked windshield in the car, police came the other way, say she's seen the cracked windshield in his car. He's running 40 miles an hour, she's running 40 miles an hour. How can you see a cracked windshield in a man's car when the sun is out? 80-something degrees out there. You can't. But he got a ticket. So if we can get a ticket, they deserve a ticket too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Boyne.
Hi, my name is Rich Gandhi. On a side note, I'm here to give you guys some compliments. So, I'm a business owner. I don't reside in this town. I own a business in this town. And I wanted to discuss the hotel ordinance that you guys are putting out. I actually think it's commendable that you guys are coming up with this. It'll help solve a lot of problems that the township has with a lot of the, some of the establishments in town. But I would actually like to add that I think you need to put some teeth to the language I did read out there. I feel that there's no enforcement action, and I'm like, there's going to be no real result that we are trying to achieve here. I think if they basically revisit this, I've actually talked to Councilman Parikh about this, and I've given some feedback and points on it as to how they could do it, because I've seen it done in a lot of other townships. I own a few hotels, and a lot of other townships, they have established it, and how they've gotten around legally, it has helped, and I've provided all that documentation to Councilman Parikh. I think you guys should consider making it a little more stringent. That would actually help really solve our problems. But I think it's a step in the right direction, so thank you for doing what you guys do.
Thank you. Would anybody else like to speak this evening?
Goldberg, 90 Glenwood Drive. First of all, just to announce that our Environmental Commission meeting is next Thursday, August 20th. We usually have it the fourth Thursday of the month, but due to summer activities, it's going to be next Thursday. I also wanted to report on the plastic detox. Thank you so much, Mr. Neese, for bringing that up. The event, I thought, went very, very well and was very well received and eye-opening to the people who came. I am working on additional showings because I know that there were people that were interested in coming that couldn't make it. So I am looking to work with Mr. Lee at the high school. We're talking about possibly making it a showing for the high school students, and also bring it back to the Crawford House after Community Day so that we have an opportunity to promote it at Community Day. And something interesting, and I'm just going to tag on with some of the things that some of the people were saying, the speed limit. So we've changed the speed limit in a few places, or the county, I guess it was, that changed the speed limit on Sycamore. So it went from 40 to 35, right? And I know that I drive on that road almost every single day. I go 35. I have people who are on my back of my car practically, because they want to go faster. And I also notice that if I'm behind somebody, they're not going 35. So I'm just wondering, is this being upheld? Is it, is there any kind of ramification for anyone who's going over the speed limit? And, how much more do you go over the speed limit? I mean, it was reduced for a reason. And it's funny because I find myself going, you go 40-mile-an-hour road to a 35-mile-an-hour road, and I'm still going 35 thinking, well, there's residences on all of these roads. Maybe we should consider lowering the speed limit to 35 on our town roads that have all these residents on it. Because, if people are going 40, people are going 45 and 50 and whatnot. And maybe it would be better for us to just keep all of it consistent at 35. So just a thought. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other comments this evening? At this time, I would like to ask the clerk if there were any comments that were submitted prior to the meeting via email.
There were none.
Hearing no further comments, may I have a motion to close the public discussion?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Parikh. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Alessi. All in favor?
Aye.
Does any member of council have anything to add this evening? Hearing none, we will now move on to the consent agenda. Are there any items any member of council would like to be removed to be voted upon separately? Hearing none, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Neese. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Alessi. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Alessi?
Yes.
Ms. Buckley?
Yes.
Mr. Neese?
Yes.
Mr. Parikh?
Yes.
Mr. Nessie?
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt consent agenda.
This concludes today's business. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Thank you, Mr. Neese. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Parikh. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This meeting is now adjourned at 8:50. Thank you to all attendees for your participation in orderly conduct this evening.